again.
It's going to be very interesting to see how the crowd send him off, because they want to give him something special. How they do it just remains to be seen.
But if he lived across the water at West Lakes, he wouldn't have to catch a boat home. He'd just walk, wouldn't he?
You're right, Drew, yeah. Stroll across the water there.
There's full time. Thumping victory to the Kangaroos, who'll finish the season second. The end of the season to the Crows, who've been the premiers for the last 2 years. They exit at the end of the home and away series, and of course, Malcolm Blight. 3 years for 2 premierships. You couldn't ask for much more than that.
And he said he was going to do nothing special, which means he'll walk down to the boundary, he'll get onto the ground, and he'll walk straight across. But you'd like to think the team would meet in the centre of the ground, perhaps grab him and do some sort of a lap of acknowledgement. They're out of the finals. It's been an exhausting year for them. Look, it's an amazing game. Adelaide won the possessions. They won the centre clearances. They were inside the 50s more, but they lost by an incredible amount. It's a remarkable statistic.
Here he comes, there's Blighty.
Malcolm Blight. The members stand, of course, standing, cheering. And the cameras over the North Melbourne players, the Kangaroo players who've been tremendous. Malcolm Blight, the sea parts. And he walks down. Neil Curley.
Yeah, thanks very much, Graham. Well, Byron, that was a very impressive display.
Yeah, it was. We've done well from
Malcolm Blight.
Well,
The Messiah who came back from Melbourne, from the Channel 7 commentary box, took on the Crows 3 years ago, went premiership, and now out of the finals. But if you came with a 3-year plan, you could not wish for any more.
Well, he's been magnificent, an absolute revelation for Adelaide. There's no doubt now. He is going to acknowledge. He's calling the players back. Calling the players back. And I think this is the way it should be done. He's not only got impeccable timing with his football, he's got impeccable timing as to the reaction of the crowd. Now, what's going to happen here?
Got Rod Jamison there, Kurt.
He's got Rod Jamison and Matthew Liptak. Yeah. He's taking them around the crowd, and this is what the crowd has come to see. They want to celebrate this. This is magnificent. This is the touch of the man. Look at those 2 boys. They've had great careers. They've had frustrations towards the end, and that is magnificent, Blighty. That's what they wanted to see. One side. Looks like you do all 4 sides. Well, he said there was going to be nothing special. There would be no special acknowledgement, but he's done exactly as he's done throughout his football career. Done the unexpected, the unpredictable. And it hasn't been a great year for Crow supporters, but this has been worth the season.
Unpredictable, unexpected, but always with class. Malcolm Blight. Gemmo treated us to a drop kick and a goal in the last quarter. And Matthew Liptak, I think he only just staggered to the end of his career, didn't he?
Well, he didn't expect to play in the last quarter of his football career at centre-half forward on Jason McCartney. And there's the crowd standing as one. They know what it's been worth. Oh, my, magnificent.
One more area to go to now, Graham, I think.
Look, that's all he had to do.
Down towards the corporate area, what grandstand's that one called?
Well, they're the corporate facilities. They're the park pavilions, they're called. They're very expensive areas, but there's a lot of people behind the goals, don't you, who paid for the cheaper seats, and they are the grassroots of footy. Thanks for the flags, Blighty.
Gee, what a hero.
That's great. That is great.
What a reception. Not bad for a team that's just been flogged by 76 points and missed the finals. This is great. Rod Jamison being chaired off, Matthew Liptak being chaired off, and I reckon Blighty will get a seat, surely.
He doesn't want one, I don't know.
He wouldn't want one. It's all about players. Yeah. And when the club has got that sort of spirit, it's in pretty good shape.
Wonderful scenes here at Football Park. 2 great careers at an end. 27 Liptak, 35 Jamison, and the great Malcolm Blight. Thank you for the memories as he departs the scene for the moment in AFL football. Finishing their careers, the Kangaroos, well, it was virtually all over at quarter time, 8 goals to 0. They ran out winners by 76 points, 22-10 to 8-18.
The 1999 AFL Coca-Cola Premiership season, proudly brought to you by Telstra, making life easier. The McDonald's Footy Burger.
Gonna make you feel alright. We're gonna rock the world. Rock the world.
Supporters and their messiah Malcolm Blight. Crows fans packed their after-match party to farewell the man who helped them win 2 premierships. Now they have to get used to life without Blighty.
You can be forgiven for thinking Blighty had somehow done it again. But it's only August, and this time he was saying goodbye. He wanted this day to be like any other match day, but it was never going to be. A win over the Kangaroos would have been a fitting send-off. But Blight knew halfway through the first quarter that his Crows were undermanned and overwhelmed.
It bounces on Allison, Lever, and Capuano kicks the goal.
He asked for a spark. But the Crows had nothing left to give. And while the Kangaroos club song blared out over the ground, this was still Malcolm Blight's day. And Football Park stood as one to say thank you.
I did see someone write in the paper 2 out of 3 ain't bad, and I think if you said that when we first started this 3 years ago that 2 out of 3, I think we'll all be pretty happy with it. Probably the dream of me as a kid growing up watching Victoria play South Australia, you know, to think the Adelaide Football Club titled so, the team for all South Australians, that you've actually had a chance to be involved in that team, which you know, I almost consider like the state team. And I think just actual involvement in that Adelaide and South Australia has probably been the highlight.
I hope you have the time of your life.
Thanks for the memories.
Still to come, anger over the comments.
Nervous weight in the wings, Malcolm Blight took centre stage one last time. His appearance alone, enough to spark an impromptu chant around the room. While they mightn't want him to go, Blight's not about to change his mind.
It's just been a dream come true to get the opportunity. I'm very grateful for that. That's really what I'm very pleased about.
Blight then made his customary quick exit, later declaring himself unemployed. As for his former charges, most spent today joining in end-of-season celebrations. Although this time round it was more of a wake, with September action now a distant memory.
Watching them be difficult, but at the same time, you really have to earn your spot there, and you know, this year we haven't really done that.
But on day one of an 8-week holiday, players have moved on from Blight's shock departure.
A bit of sadness, but you know, the chapter ends and a new one begins.
Georgina McGuinness, National 9 News.
One of the banners I saw yesterday said it all. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the flags.
Absolutely, absolutely. Coming up next, a mother and her young daughter died during a freak.
Comes Adelaide's new coach. However, the Crows might have to wait anything up to a fortnight before they can make an official announcement.
Geelong's busy drawing up a long list of prospective coaches, but says it might not need it.
I actually think there's still a fair chance he will coach us. And I think the longer it takes for a decision, probably the more likely he'll stay at Geelong.
But the only reason for the delay is that Ayres' manager is away on business until Friday.
There's no comment from Gary's management. It's as simple as that. Okay. Because it's inappropriate. What can I say? Yeah. Nothing's been finalised. Yeah. I still haven't caught up with Gary, so...
Last night, the Crows farewelled players as well as coach. While Tregenza and Liptak didn't play in a premiership, they have no regrets.
Actually, just being part of this club has been a highlight. You know, I've had my ups and downs. It's almost been like a roller coaster ride, but you know, the highs have been there, the lows have been there, and culminating in just a great 9 years.
And obviously with the 2 grand finals, I wasn't involved, which is very disappointing for me, but sort of no regrets at all.
A wake today for the dethroned champions, who were still talking about Jamison's dropkick and the radio prize that went with it.
He did a dropkick, I reckon, then.
I think it's around 11 or 12 grand, and Lippy and I said we'd go halves with it. We sort of got together and said, well, if you do it, I'll go halves. If I do it, I'll give you a half. So we're going to, I guess when it's appropriate time, we'll get together and go through what we've actually won and do with it what we wish. I'm not really sure.
Bassett has had surgery to repair his broken leg and clean out a troublesome knee. The club says he'll be ready for the pre-season. Paul Dowling, 7 Upley News.